17.
XVI is 1, 5, and 2.
Okay then. Or just 17.
That too.
I'm tired today.
Yes.
Been a long Monday.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a long day. But we are here. 17 days strong. 7 more to
One
go.
more week to go.
We're going to make it. So, today we are going to talk about extra activities, extra onboard activities. Onboard activities you don't really think about.
Some of them cost extra, some of them I don't think do.
Yeah, most of them probably
Yeah,
have.
most of them have a fee
Yeah.
probably too. So they're not necessarily included in your cruise fare, but they're just some kind of extra behind the scenes side things that you can do on some ships. Not all ships, but most ships.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them might be available on all of them.
Yes. So, the first one is the Galley Tour. Now, some ships charge for a Galley Tour. Some lines, I'm sorry, and some don't. I know Royal Caribbean does a Galley Tour, and the Carnival used to. I think they still may, depending on...
I know they do them on their journey cruises still.
Right. And not sure about Norwegian. But
we pretty much just know about Carnival because that's all we do. But
But
yeah, you just get to go tour the kitchen. Sometimes there's some little snacks involved.
they feed you. Yum. Nothing better than having, a tour and get fed at the same time.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the tour, but
Yep.
they usually just kind of stream you along through.
And because you're, in the galley, and they usually recommend that you wear, closed-toed shoes. So,
Do that with they do. I don't know if they do that with the actual galley tour.
well, I wouldn't think you would want to, because it's kind of slippery back there.
It is slippery, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long time. I've only once done the galley tour, and it was a long time ago. So
I've done the galley tour as part of a few other tours, which we're going to get into here shortly. So,
well, yes, I have too. But that's
Right.
what I'm saying. I've only done the actual galley tour once.
agreed. So, galley tour.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Well, if you're on either the Vista or the Horizon, you can do a brewery tour.
Yes, you can do a brewery
Which
tour.
those are super fun. We did
Those
it
are.
on the Horizon in April.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay, I think it was $25 or something like that.
$25, yeah.
You got
$24.95.
You got a lot of free beer. Well, I don't know how free it is when you pay $24.95, but it was included sampling and tastings in the tour, and you got to go into the refrigerated part
Well,
where...
keep talking.
Okay, in the refrigerated part where you do the tour, you got to go into where they do the warm brewing. The brewmasters are usually very knowledgeable about how to how they make their beer, and you learn about the procedures they do. And then at the end, it comes with a free pint and a free pint glass. What are you doing? Oh, he was getting my free pint glass.
The free pint glass.
Yes, it says the Red Frog Pub or Thirsty Frog Red.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we were on the brew house one, but
Yes.
it was very new, obviously, when we were on there. So I don't know if you still get those or if you get Pig and Acre ones now.
A parched pig or whatever it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, so that was very fun.
Mm-hmm. The next one. The chef's table.
Ah, yes.
Yes, the chef table was a quiet experience. Now they say you should go hungry. We're both saying go hungry.
Yes.
Don't eat lunch that day if you go to the chef's table. Eat a big breakfast at 8 a.m. and don't eat anything after.
You get a lot of food.
Right. People told us we got a lot of food because we went as part of a raffle at John Hill's Bloggers Cruise. And people were like, oh yeah, don't want to eat. I started getting hungry about 3 o'clock, so I figured I'd get just a side of french fries just to hold me through. I shouldn't have.
You just get like, I mean, they give you a whole bunch of appetizers, like when they take you on like a tour of the galley and talk about things.
Plus free champagne and wine.
Yes. And I was full by the time that little part was done, and I still had to go have like a 7,000 course meal. It's different food. I mean, you have to be kind of a foodie, maybe. They will work with like your likes and your dislikes to an extent, or allergies or stuff that you have. But I'm not. I'm somewhat of a picky eater. I would certainly never pay for the chef's table myself. We won this as part of a raffle, obviously. But I think if you like food, it's I mean, it's expensive, but it's well worth the like $75 per serve, whatever that it costs.
Depending on what ship you're on.
Yeah, I think it's more depending on what ship. Like on the Vista and the Horizon, they have built like a glass room inside the galley that the chef's table's at.
Yep.
I think that would be super cool to experience. Like you'd actually like see everything that's going around in the galley during dinner service, while you're in there enjoying this like 9-course meal of this all fancy food. But I mean, even the food that I don't really necessarily like, I enjoyed.
And then, you know, in some other places, I think, like on depending on the class of ship, it's held in a different place.
Yeah.
We had ours off of the annex of the main dining room on the Freedom. So it really depends.
Depends on the ship.
Yep, and again, free wine all night.
Yep.
I mean, you can't even. I mean, by the time they get to a point to where they think you need more wine, before you even say stop, it's like full again. So.
Yep.
Yes. The next one was
I don't know.
the Behind the Fun tour.
Oh yeah, the Behind the Fun tour is fun.
That is an additional cost.
A good chunk of money cost. It's like
somewhere
$95
between
or
$80
something.
to $100 for depending on the ship. It fills up fast, so you want to.
If you want, yeah.
That
Right away.
Right away at the shore excursion desk.
Like as soon as you board the ship.
You can't do it before, you know, on your cruise planner or you know whatever, but you have to do it when you board the ship.
And it needs to be like the first thing you do.
Right.
And depending on the ship and depending on how many people are interested, sometimes if you're not priority boarding, there's a chance that it's going to be full already by the time you get there. It just depends on the ship.
Yep.
Or it depends on the specific sailing. Like
Right.
some sailings they fill up right away. Some sailings I've heard that it takes a couple of days, and they actually advertise it like in the fun times. So,
Right.
But it's super fun. I mean, you get a very inclusive look at multiple different areas of the ship. We're not going to go into all of them. We'd be here for 30 minutes. But you're going to go to the galley, the engine room, the bridge, the theater area.
Those are some of the main highlights. Yep.
Yep. And it's super fun. You can't take cameras in there or anything. That's why you've never seen like a vlogger vlog about it.
And wear closed-toed shoes.
And you have to wear closed-toed shoes. But yeah, they like check you. Like security wants you before you like do it to make sure that you don't have anything on you that you shouldn't have, because you're seeing areas like the bridge, obviously, and stuff like that. But it includes some pictures with like the captain and stuff like that, and some freebies. So it's super fun. We've done it a couple times.
Yeah, I think it's worth the money if
you're interested in seeing the behind the
yes.
scenes of the ship, it's worth the money.
Yes, definitely.
Another thing I did was the martini class on the Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really know if that's on all ships that have Alchemy bars. I've really never, this was the first I'd heard of it, but we went to a class. It was not expensive. I want to say like...
You went, what was it, 14, 20?
Yeah, $15 maybe. And like, when you're drinking at the Alchemy Bar, I mean, the alcohol that I got, I mean, was well worth the $15 or whatever it was that paid. I couldn't believe how cheap it was when they told me at the end what I owed them. Like, we drank a lot. And you just learned how to make a couple of their drinks. They taught you how to use the shakers properly, how to hold martini glasses properly for when they're overflowing practically. And it was a super fun time. Very small group. Like, I think they only do at most like 12 people or something like that. So it's very intimate, and you learned a lot, and it was super fun. I had a really good time.
Awesome.
Again, like, it's not advertised anywhere. I just had heard about it. So, like, on the first day, I just went up and said, "Are you guys doing some kind of martini class?" And she's like, "Yeah, we're going to do it on the last sea day." So, it was cool.
Awesome. I guess the only other thing, you know about the spa. So, but they have spa tours on embarkation day that they just kind of.
Oh yeah, those are just free tours that
free
they
tours
take you
in the
around the
spa.
spa area.
Try to get you to spend more money.
And you can spend a lot of money in the spa.
Yes, you can.
The Horizon just started doing, to go along with the martini tasting, they now have is it whiskey sampling or
whiskey,
something like
right.
that?
That's done in the steakhouse, I think.
I think it's the steakhouse. I have honestly no idea. But that's something new that they're doing. I think that's exclusive to the Horizon right now.
Right. And if it's successful there, they'll probably roll it out to the rest of the fleet. It always seems like Carnival always tests their new stuff on like the flagships or what they deem the flagship at that point in time. So like this year is the Horizon, next year would be the Panorama, and probably the year after that will be
Mardi Gras.
the Mardi Gras. I was about to call it the XL.
So,
But yeah,
that's just a few things that you can do kind of behind the scenes or on the side that not everybody knows about. Super fun. We've done all but the whiskey or whatever the tasting is on the Horizon. But that's going to do it for us tonight.
it will. Stay tuned tomorrow for day 18. 1, 3, and 5 equals 18.
Alright, until then, like, subscribe, thumbs up, and we will see you tomorrow.